Hey guys, it's Chris. Welcome back to my channel. This is a Let's Talk video, and yeah, so you may notice that I'm a mess today. This has basically been me for the last 3 days and probably will be me for the next month. I just want to give you sort of a life update on what is going on with me and YouTube sort of related. Okay, so December 15th, I lost my cousin in 2011 and she was my best friend to cancer at the age of 43. And she left, for those of you that are new to my channel, those of you that are not new to my channel know this already. She left 3 teenage girls. They're now in college, and I was by her side the whole time. And it's really, you know, people say time heals all wounds, all that kind of stuff. I'm still waiting for that. You know, it gets easier. Yeah, I'm still waiting. But this right here, basically, I know you guys have seen me without makeup, but this like is beyond. And this is basically where I have been. Kind of just off social media and just, for the most part, and just hibernating and watching YouTube videos that make me laugh and not really getting out of the house. So what happens with me with my depression, I fall into a depression between November 16th, which was her birthday, and December 15th, which was her day of her passing. I don't cope well with this at all. And what I tend to do is isolate. I pull back. So for any of you that have been trying to get a hold of me on Facebook or that I used to chat with all the time and I'm not chatting with, please know it's not you. It's me. I do have a video. It was actually Get Ready With Me featuring unique products that were sent to me, and it's done. It's just very long, and I'm trying to figure out how to edit it because it was a talk through, and I do that all the time. When I do a talk through, they end up really long because you guys know me, and I like to explain, you know, what I'm doing. And you know, this was also a review, so I'm giving you my thoughts on the products, but I'm just trying to figure out how to edit it down. And when you're doing a talk through, when you're talking, not a voiceover, you know, there's parts I don't want to clip out and everything like that because I am saying stuff that's important, you know, whether it's part of the review or whatever the deal is. So I am not quite sure. And you know what? Honestly, the idea of editing it just kind of overwhelms me. Everything overwhelms me right now. I'm just, my whole mood, my whole demeanor in general is just sort of like I just don't really care. Not saying I don't care about you guys, because of course I care about you guys. I just need some time to myself. And you know, obviously I'm not leaving YouTube. I would never do that. Probably most of my videos are going to be kicking it back old school on this webcam just because this is where I am most days. You know, getting up is hard, getting out of bed is hard, doing my daily tasks is hard, putting my hair up in a ponytail is hard. And then on top of that, my parents leave, well, they have left. They go to Arizona in the winters, and I don't do well with that. I don't do well with winters, period, here in Connecticut. They're very depressing to me. I'm kind of over it. I can't wait to move to Arizona where it's sunny all the time. I feel much better. So basically what I'm doing is I'm concentrating on my son. As you guys who may or may not know, if you've watched some of my other Let's Talk videos or whatever, he has ADHD and we're struggling. The new semester just started and he basically is still like, he's all F's. Like I just don't get it. My tolerance for things right now is very, very low. And I know probably by my last Let's Talk video, a lot of you guys may have noticed that because it's getting a lot of thumbs downs. And what I want to touch on that subject is I think you guys missed the point of the video. A lot of these Let's Talks, you guys know I'm always honest and I shoot from the hip and I shoot from my heart. And it's just my feelings and how I feel about certain things. And I know a lot of people said in that last video, I'll link the last video below for you guys in case you didn't see it, but so you guys can get more of a grasp of what I'm talking about. Maybe that was my fault because I did state in the video, the beginning of the video, I put a little title in there that says I don't mean to offend, which of course was absolutely true. I never mean to offend you guys. Throughout the video, I said, this may come off as self-absorbed or whatever, and maybe I set myself up for that because, you guys know I am the least thing from self-absorbed. I mean, look at me. I come on camera, raw as hell, but you guys missed, I think a lot of people, maybe not, in the comments, per usual, there's some people who sounded off, and they weren't negative comments at all, so please listen to what I'm saying, because I want everyone to sound off, whether you agree with me or you disagree with me. My channel is a place to open up discussion, and in a respectful way. And everybody has been very respectful. But mostly in the comment section, everything was positive. I stated in that video I didn't want to start an argument. Unfortunately, I have since deleted, and I never delete comments, but I deleted the comment from the person I was speaking about because I didn't want that to be, YouTuber against YouTuber, thing. I respect this person. So those of you that caught it, I apologize because, I kind of felt my hands were tied because I was not expecting her to put a comment because I didn't want you guys to know who I was speaking of because I have the utmost respect for this person. I still watch this person. I'm still subscribed to this person, but she commented, she felt like she needed to defend herself. And I don't want to get too much into this, but I was just like, when I saw it, I was like, because anything that comes out on social media, once it's out, it can be out for 2 seconds and someone's already screenshotted it or whatever. And, and then it's out there, and that's exactly what I didn't want because the video was not about her. It was about the situation, but it wasn't, okay? It was about my feelings on the situation, but as a general sense, not specifically, in no way me against her or anything like that or whatever. Like I said, in that video, I didn't reinvent the wheel, but again, I'll post that down below. I think you guys kind of missed the whole point of the video. If you guys watch my videos and you watch them all the way through, especially the Let's Talks, at the end, I feel like it's an episode of the Brady Bunch or something, or Full House, because there's always a moral at the end of the show. And so I tend to sum up the ending because I tend to ramble, but then I sum up basically what I was saying. So it was just an example that I was using, okay? That was in no way like a diss to her. Like I said, nobody would have known that it was even her, but except she commented. And then I felt like I needed to comment back. And then a day later, I said, oh my God, I should probably take that down because, I didn't want people to know like who I was speaking of because it wasn't the point of who I was speaking about. It was just an example that I was using to get my point across. I stated other examples about, stated, oh, I hope you didn't think, and then I used an example of a contest or whatever. And I hope you didn't think I wasn't thankful. I'm like, no. Like, did you watch my video? Like, no, I know you thanked me, profusely. Like, no. The giveaway thing did happen. Someone did not thank me for that giveaway and, just sent me their address and that was it. Not even a thank you. And, so I was using examples of thanklessness and just the point of being thankful. It is the month of Thanksgiving, but being thankful every day of the year. And kind of what I've been commenting to people as they post, even agreeing with me is that, thank you. Whether you do it in public, face-to-face, whether you do it through a private message, whether you do it in a video, they're 2 little words and they mean so much. I think people lose sight of that fact that it's sort of like a hello or a greeting or oh, you look good today. You never know when someone's having a bad day and having a hard day, and that is very important to just get that out there and, and not do it because you have to do it, but I just find it common courtesy. That's all. And so that was basically the whole point of the video. And I think some people lost that in transit somewhere. I know a lot of you did get it, and you know, I'm thankful for that. Thank you. And the other thing I want to say, guys, because I know sometimes these Let's Talks and stuff like that, a lot of these Let's Talks I don't even want to edit, and they do tend to get long. So if there's ever a video of mine or a tutorial or whatever that you guys are watching, this is just a little helpful YouTube hint. This is a secret that I just learned from somebody too. And if you are watching like a talk through video or something like that, I have found that I have been able to watch so many more videos because, okay, when your YouTube video is up, right, and you're watching it, there's a little gear and it says like HD usually on it, but there's a little gear at the bottom of the video, you know, the black line or whatever at the bottom. If you click that, you'll see annotations, and then like I think the next one is speed, and it normally says normal, okay? What you can do is you can click that and a drop down box will happen and you can speed up the video, which means you're not clicking through, because I used to sometimes click through and then I would miss important points of the video, but what it'll do is it will speed it up. I think it's like 1.25 where you barely notice. The person's voice is a little, you know, sped up, but nothing that you can't hear. 1.5, which is what I normally watch them at. So you're cutting out like a whole lot of time where you can then turn around and watch other people's videos that you wouldn't normally have time to watch and comment. And I just find that great. And it kind of ties back to the last video, which is us as smaller YouTubers, we need to engage more in each other's videos. And so I'm now able to do that more because I watch it in a faster speed. So if there's any videos of mine that you want to watch, but you're like, oh my God, you look at it and you're like, oh my God, it's 25 minutes, or oh my God, it's 30 minutes. Do that. Hit the gear, hit speed it up. And you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure you'll get a laugh, number one. And number two, you'll find before you know it, like you're still hearing everything that I'm saying or watching everything that I'm doing, but it's just at you know, much less time, and then you can move on to, you know, more of my videos or somebody else's videos, of course. Going back to what I was saying, so sort of like a life update, I have not been filming, and so a lot of videos that you may see, I have a lot of stuff to film. I have a lot of stuff for you guys coming up. You know, I think I'm going to be doing a lot more of these stream of consciousness kind of videos. Again, I didn't reinvent the wheel. I know I didn't, but these Let's Talk videos, just because I can just kind of get on like this and come and, you know, keep it real with you guys and just sort of do that until I get out of my funk. And like I said, it's not a YouTube funk. It's not that I don't have stuff to post. It's just, you know, I look at the camera and I go, huh. You know what I mean? Like, but I do it with, you know, oh, cook dinner? Yeah, okay. Do laundry? Yeah. Oh, brush your teeth? Yeah, okay. Like, I'm just really in a bad place right now. And so I don't want you guys not to get content, but I just want you guys to know what is going on, because I have faithfully really tried to do 3 times a week. Of course, once I get the Loot Crate and the Super Crate or Super Geek box, you know, Dante's involved with that. I need to pull myself up by my bootstraps. I may still look like this. I may be in the same shirt, no earrings and hair, not washed. I don't know. But of course for him, you know, we will do those videos and those videos will get uploaded. I don't know what else to say. You know, sometimes you have to take time for yourself. And this is not a sympathy video, guys. Please, you know, those of you that I consider great friends, and you know what, even those of you that, you know, like I said, that maybe just said a prayer for me, or, you know, saw my post on her birthday and just sort of, you know, said a prayer or gave a little thought or whatever. Thank you so much, because you guys really have no idea how much it means to me. Because on her birthday I was sitting with Marin and I was crying, and I talked to a friend, Twyla, from Like Mother Like Daughter, afterwards, and you know, she said, Chris, you have every right to feel the way you feel. It doesn't matter how many years have gone by. I will also post Twyla's channel down below, because she's a great person. She's just a great person. But I was feeling very lonely that day, and I was feeling alone. Like, honestly alone. For example, he got an invite to his parents to go to dinner, and he wasn't going to go because he was going to stay with me to make sure that I was okay, which was so super sweet of him. And I said, you know what, babes, just go, because I really just want to be alone. I want to go upstairs and read a book or take a bath, or just, you know, you really need to give yourself time to grieve. And And like she was saying, you know, no one grieves the way you do. Like, you grieve in your own special way. And if you're still grieving, you know, this will be year number 4, then you are. Like, it doesn't matter. Some people are able to deal with this stuff better. Is it better or worse? I don't think there's any such thing as better or worse. How you do it is how you do it. I say better just because after 4 years, sometimes, you know, people, you know, are able to sort of, you know, get their shit together and go, she's in a better place, and you know, all that other stuff, and just sort of move on and with the whole thing. But I am not one of those people. I feel things very, very deeply, and they tend to affect me a lot. For example, my parents going to Arizona, you know, they could be here in Connecticut and I could not see them. They live like a town over, and I could not see them. And you know what? It's not like I don't love them. Life gets in the way, and, you know, errands get in the way and everything like that. So my mother stated before, it's kind of funny. She's like, when I'm there, you never come see me. But then when I'm gone, oh my God, you're like, you can't deal. And it's just the proximity, you know, it's like knowing she's the next town over and that I can go see her, or knowing she's 5,000 miles away, you know what I mean? And I can't go see her. Like, that's just kind of, plus I have, the seasons affect me. Winter, fall, starting fall, winter, I need sunlight. I need extended daytime. I need warmth, and not artificial warmth by the heat, you know, in your house, but I need those kind of things. So they really affect me. That's part of, you know, they call it seasonal something disorder. And I know a lot of other people do also suffer from this. So along with all my other issues, we'll call them issues, that is one of the things that I do deal with. So in the winter, I tend to hibernate as it is, and it's very depressive for me. That day was actually not a good day, and I'm trying to talk very nonchalant about this because I don't want to, I've been crying for the last 3 days, and I just kind of don't really, on and off, I don't know. I don't want it to be about that. What I said to Marin, and again, this may be a video that gets a tons of thumbs down because people are going to take what I'm saying and they're going to either just like focus on that one thing or they're going to twist it. And okay, so everything that's happening in Paris, right? I get on Facebook and I see all this stuff. It kills me. It literally, like, it's heart-wrenching. Okay? I'm not saying it's not heart-wrenching. It's heart-wrenching. But when you lose somebody, just the correlation, it just so happened that, you know, on the same day or the day before all this went down was her birthday. And I said to Marin that as tragic as what is going on is, because it is, I will not in any way, shape, or form say it's anybody's fault, like, you know, so I don't get into politics for the most part. Like, I just really don't. And, you know, so I'm not going to say my thoughts on it or anything like that. You know, I don't do that kind of stuff. But I said, this is how I was feeling. And so when you feel a certain way and you say it, I don't hold back. And of course, I'm saying it in the vicinity of, you know, my partner. But I'm going to say to you guys, this is what I said. And if you guys are offended, again, I apologize because I am not in any way diminishing. I'm going to repeat that again. What happened? It's horrible. It's still horrible. I'm affected just as much as everybody else is. It's not something that a day does not go by that it does not cross my mind. But on Facebook, I have to, when I'm on Facebook, I have to see it all. And it's very hard for me because I said to him, basically what I said was, why is 128 lives more important than one? Now, to a lot of people that might not make sense, okay? I'm speaking of my cousin. There's no memorial for her. There's no day, like this day is going to go down in history. You know, this Paris day is going to go down in history. And you know what? As it well should. But I was angry. I'm not going to lie. I was angry that day because I was reading all this stuff on Facebook and everything, and I was dealing with what I was dealing with personally, and I don't expect anybody else to really get it, but it was sort of like, where's her memorial? You know what I mean? Does anybody even know her name? What, you know, or what she was about? Death is such a hard thing because life goes on, and as it should. I know she's looking down on me, and she would not want me to be sad, and I just can't help it right now. Carrie, I'm sorry. I can't help it. I'm still affected by it, and I'll get there. You know, I'll get there. But basically, again, what I was saying was, it was just that it was anger, and it was probably a totally irrational anger. You know, Twilight had said, no, it's not irrational. If it's your feelings, it's your feelings. It's how you're feeling. But again, I don't want to diminish that situation whatsoever because it's horrific. But I think I was a little too sensitive that day to deal with the atrocity of what happened, because I had my own atrocity that I was going through. And people are, will probably be saying, oh, come on, Chris, like, people die every day and all this other stuff. And, and they do. And that was kind of my point. Not just my cousin, but, little children died that day, of disease and of illnesses or domestic violence or whatever the deal is. People died in car crashes that day. Everybody lost somebody that day. There's so many people in the world that die every single day, but they don't get this whole, and I know you guys are I know some of you are going to take this totally out of context, and that makes me sad. Because my whole point is just try to convey to you what is going on with me right now and how I am feeling. And I am no way, like, again, I'm going to say it again, you're going to hear this a million times, I am no way diminishing what has happened in Paris, because it's horrific. My heart goes out to all those people, their families. I almost can't grasp it. It's so horrible. And especially being so emotional right now and going through a depressive state, it makes it even harder. So I've kind of shied from Facebook just because I don't watch the news, and for that reason. I'm a person that takes everything very, like, it hits me. Like, I can't, I just don't, for that reason. So people might call me naive, or don't you want to be, know about what's going on in the world? No, you know what? Honestly, no, I really don't. I want to know what's going on with my family. I have enough to worry about. I really don't, for the most part. And that's why a lot of times too, I know this is totally unrelated. And like I said, guys, if this video gets very long for you guys, speed it up. Because I do have a lot to say, and I don't want to, edit it out. But that goes back again to YouTube and silly things like YouTube fighting, in between YouTuber and bigger YouTubers are fighting that, so-and-so is not friends with so-and-so, and, they're not getting along. It's just not that important. It's not, and that's why I don't do videos on that. The whole Nessa O'Neill, like, I still don't even know who she is. So I'm not going to speak about her. Like, I don't know who she is. The only thing I know is that she was supposedly a big Instagrammer or something, and then she had a YouTube channel, and then she said YouTubers are fake, and she was forced to, and this is just stuff I heard, she was supposedly forced to do stuff that is not in her nature to get money and, sponsorships, and you know what, that's your choice, girl. You chose that, so I don't have any sympathy. But then she supposedly left YouTube, so, oh my god, it was this big, huge thing, views, ratings, whatever the deal is. But she hasn't, from what I hear, she hasn't actually left social media. Social media also includes blogs. And I guess she has a blog where she's now posting all her videos and all her, stuff. So she has not actually left social media. But what was my point of that? My point of that is that, so the drama, like, I just, you know what I mean? Like, I can't deal right now. I can't deal with normal life. So dealing with YouTube drama, no, I'm going to click on my videos and that I love to watch, my favorite vloggers that I love to watch that make me laugh. And that's what I'm going to watch on YouTube. And other than that, like the Facebook, I got to kind of, until Paris kind of calms down, I just have to kind of stay away. Yeah. And as far as YouTube, tomorrow I could snap out of it, you guys, for, a while until, the date of her passing. And be back up with, all these other videos that I have, coming up, which are really exciting. And and they are exciting, and I am excited. It's a matter of, there's a difference between knowing you have to get up and getting up. Knowing you have to get out of bed and getting out of bed. Getting from A to B, it's sometimes really hard. Once I'm at B and I'm having a good time, it's cool. Anyway, guys, so yeah, so that's about it. That's just my life update. So you guys may be seeing a lot of, I do have a lot on my mind, and you guys will probably be seeing a lot of these Let's Talk videos. They may be in the car when I'm running errands. I don't know, because errands have been put also last on my list, unless they have to do with Dante and anybody else, not myself, because that's what I do, is I put other people first, and I make sure, for anybody else, I can pull myself up and just do what I gotta do, but for myself, I can't manage to do that. That's just what's going on with me, guys, and I'm gonna state it one more time. If this video is too long for you, speed it up. It's a helpful hint, because a lot of times my videos are long, and I know a lot of people don't mind that. Yeah, so I will talk to you guys later. I love you guys so much. And thank you guys all for your support. Those of you that have reached out to me, I did post somewhere, I think, someone said, I'm praying for you or whatever, or my thoughts are with you. And I said, thank you. My real friends have reached out, and there's some people that have not reached out, and, you know, that I thought were my friends and that I've always reached out to, but you know what? It is what it is. Whatever. Like, I just can't even really be bothered. Like I said, I'm not asking for sympathy, but just you know, hey, I'm thinking about you. That'd be nice. You know what I mean? Oh, you know, I see you're having a hard time. I'm thinking about you. You know? But again, you know, I don't want to get on here and whine and complain, but you know, I have my family, and, you know, I have a few very good friends here on Facebook and YouTube that, you know, that always reach out to me and I talk to and make me feel better, and, you know, we can laugh and be goofy or whatever, and so that's cool. But so anyway, guys, I will talk to you later. Please, I hope you didn't take anything that I say the wrong way, especially I know Paris is a very sensitive topic, and I am in no way demeaning it, lessening the severity of it. It's horrid, like horrid. I can't even talk about it without like, you know what I mean? Like, it's so bad. But I was just, like I said, I was just feeling like, you know what? My cousin died too, but you know what I mean? Life goes on, and, you know, she doesn't get a memorial. She's not going to get a day in history. You know, no one's going to be, you know, flying Remember Paris flags or Remember Carolyn flags, or, you know, whatever kind of stuff. And I know it sounds silly. I know even speaking it sounds silly. So I know it sounds silly. It's just, it's just how I'm feeling right now. And I'm always honest with you guys. Anyway, guys, I love you so much. And there will be regular videos back. I promise you. I will post down below the video that I'm speaking of at the beginning of this video, which was YouTubers stealing ideas and people who are not thankful. Yeah, you know what? On the topic of thankfulness, be thankful you're breathing, you guys. Okay? Be thankful you're breathing, which is the whole point of this video. I'm going through a lot due to a death, and Carolyn's not here. She's not taking another breath. She's not looking up at the sun. She's not. And you know what? Maybe I need to take my own advice. You know, it's easier said than done when you have a medical condition. You know, it's not like just snap out of it. But I'm going to try my best to kind of take more of my own advice, which to you would be, there's a lot of people who are not waking up today between Paris and, you know, your own personal people you may have lost. And so just think, whoever you think, that you're up. You're awake, you woke up this morning. And yeah, and I'm going to post Twyla's channel below because she's just been a great support system, FaceTiming me every day, just making sure I'm okay, and just, I love her to death. And she has a great channel. I mean, you know, I would post her anyway below and say, you know, oh, I love her to death, but her channel sucks. But it doesn't. She has a really great channel. She's just amazing. An amazing, amazing person. So, thank you guys who have reached out, and I truly appreciate it. And that's what was kind of saying in my last video, is just, sometimes just you know what, I'm here if you need to talk. You know what I mean? Doesn't mean I'm going to take you up on it. You know what I mean? I tend to just shut up or blab on video, but, you know, I don't like to really, you know, in person, you know, talk about my stuff to people. On video, I have no issues about it. I don't know why. But, you know, in person, I tend to just keep it to myself. I'm like, no one wants to listen to my shit. But on video, I have no problem with people listening to my shit. So, but I don't know. Anyway, guys, for the third time, I will talk to you guys later. And click on the video down below, prior video, so you guys know what I was talking about if you're just tuning in. If you're just tuning in, welcome to my channel. It's probably not the best video to tune in on, but I love you guys. Speed me up, for sure. I got a lot of good things to say in this video, but it's minutes long. Talk to you later.